Yes.
So I'm interested today
Hmm.
in balancing health in body, mind, and soul.
Greetings to all. Dear beloved friends, the English word don't describe the premi. Premi means you are the beloved friends, means the lovers. Lovers of life. Now, lover of life is not the subject and object. It's not even the word love, don't describe it. It is like self fulfillment. Fulfillment means soulful living, blissful living, total fulfillment. The words can't even describe it. So when you are in that state of the words can describe it. And the body mind get fulfilled. When we observe the journey of the consciousness, it seems separate from the plant kingdom and animal kingdom. What the difference? The plants, the trees are there, and the animals they can move. But when we observe the mind of the man separate, and it have brought lot of so-called inventions and changes, but also brought lot of imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
Imbalance called lot of suffering, lot of disease which are psychosomatic in the human beings are not in the animals. Blood pressure, heartful disease, cardiovascular, all that is not so much in the dogs and cats.
True.
Now, what causes that? The thinking process The human beings, they think they are evolved evolution from monkey, from donkey to monkey to man. But if one way it appears as evolution, when you observe it without analyzing and comparing, you also it devolution, because man has called for its own luxury or comfort, it has also called painful. The seeking of pleasure soon changes into pain, and painful body they are carrying, dragging the painful body, cause so many disease. The balance, of course, the alternate breathing that brings some calm. The cats and dogs don't do the alternate breathing because they don't compare. They don't compare means what? Means suppose if it is your little dog does not like to become chihuahua or chihuahua don't like to become other dog, what that mean? That so-called the word God or the superconscious is manifesting on all levels. In the plant kingdom, the banana, we ate banana tree don't like to become mango tree. Mango tree don't like to become. And it is not restless and anxiety there at all. They are calm and peaceful already. They are not seeking. So what causes the seeking and anxiety and restless? Overthinking, overthinking. Now man has invented chemicals to slow down the anxiety thinking. But that's not the very solution, temporary solution. And then, but when you are with the truth and of the truth, for the truth, that the permanent medicine means hurtful living, innocent living versus versus cheatful living, which is more and more common in the world and the world around. But your thinking is the world. You have the level of the world according to the level of your consciousness. In the same block, in the same house, Suppose 5, 10 members, they have different kind of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Each each
Yeah,
hour, each minute.
true. Brothers and sisters and twins, even
Yes.
maybe quite
So
different.
this is the paradise and the hell and heaven. This is all the thinking. But in the sound sleep, they all the same. Means no comparison. So what is the dove? What the difference in the dove and the crow? The dove is seemed like has some more developed intellect, means has the capacity to see right and wrong. Dove called Hansa. Hansa means the one which can, the white dove, that they represent discriminatory power. But that comes to this is all when you are in the sound sleep, you are in that you can put a word, Nirgun Brahma, or that undivided wholeness. Now that half an hour give the energy for the next day. Is it possible to remain in 24/7? Yes, 24/7. A child is in that state. 5-year old, it does not need to earn it or get it there. He only is the automatic gift of human being, the purity. But human being has to reclaim that right of that pure, innocent space. The mind which is not corrupted, the mind which is not divided, the mind which does not think as this thinking process. The 5-year-old child has that uh, soulful thinking. Soulful thinking means when needed little bit, like an adult need, the address and all those things are there. See, and the same thing when become all the scriptures talk of the not stealing, not cheating, not killing, all those are the features of the ego. So when they are not there in the pure heart, then your life become uh, divine, because we get impressed and hypnotized by the movies, society, the collective mind, and we become toxic. And that the root cause of the suffering. But when we start observing, then you remain like a child, childlike, uh, pure heart, pure consciousness, then your life is completely different, uh, completely uh, fully, fully content, fully satisfied, because there is no duality in that living. Now, the life today is saying one thing, doing another, thinking another, and acting another. It's like totally divided up. This may work in the material life, but it also causes the root of all many disease, because a cheating person will not have restful sleep, Is always restless, because inside the heart it knows that it has done something wrong. So we are creating our own disease and problems. In everyday life, in every hour, there is the blessing, there is the opportunity of moving toward the light. Light means light, you know. Light means lightful living, That other word, enlightened living. The other word is anxietyful, which is measurable, and restlessness. See, the word is the same, restful and restlessness. The word is the same direction, the same way, like in the night time, when you're restless, you're turning left, right, mean divided up. And when you're in the sound sleep, you're fully back into the womb, because you have the memory of that connected with the oneness, with the wholeness, where there is no more thinking in that sound sleep. Well, what you have to say? Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah. We are talking together, not separate. We are talking of the human mind, not one person or one.
So what you're talking about is the division of how we think in our unconscious mind to reach a spiritual place, and how that is different than our waking hours when we're dealing with the material world.
Yeah, see, we have divided, it appear like divided up or two, but there are not two. Like, for example, sound sleep give the energy for the next day. Does it happen with your effort?
Yeah. No.
That is the one which descends. So that is effortless. So that shows the proof that there is a super life which human beings are trying to achieve or get something, that is fantasy. Already the bliss is knocking at your door every day, every hour. That claim, get out of the stupid memory pattern, because we are consumed by the parrot living. What is parrot living? Parrot living means repeat. What is repeat? Your grandparents produce the children, and then they get married, they get a house, they achieve a house. Is that life? That is not different than dog, cat, and birds. So you are not in the satsang. You are just asleep. The natural state, the sound sleep, is not with the effort of achieving. Man has befooled himself, thinking you are to do some effort. There is no effort. Anything you do, anything human being, not you, anything human being does is double wrong. Why double wrong? Because it is not the product of thinking and doing and knowing. Because all you know is known. You are to be free from the known. That's what we have been talking. 5-year child does not have library, is not hypnotized or not read degrees or book, no, irrespective of it. The sound sleep happen. What is the difference in happen? Happen is a happening effortless. Automatic, you already are. Is it not the proof in the cats and dogs? They don't try to become somebody. That's what we have been talking in satsang. A chihuahua does not like to become another dog or compare. There is no comparison. A mango tree don't like to become a banana. It's because it is one with the wholeness. What separate? The thinking separate. Thinking is a blessing when it is in the aligned with the godliness. Godliness means wholeness. Wholeness means completeness. Now, when the man separate, the illusion of the body mind separate. That's what the topic, body, mind, and soul. Body, mind. You have body, mind, which is okay. Nothing wrong with that. What we are talking, the soulful represent us that you are the oneness, appear as different. Why appear different? Because you have a separate body mind. Separate. That's not, it appears as different, but you are, let's make it look it more simple and easy. If there is a river, there is 50 bubbles, 50 bubbles, but it's still the same, one thing, one river, one, but appear as separate. 1, 2, 3, 4. It appears as different. Appear as, so we have identified to the body. My body mind is just a cloth you are wearing. You're not the body. And we identify to the ego. What is ego? Ego is a false appearance. We identify to the memory, and we get so glued in the memory that we think, oh, I'm the one who will do this, who will do that, and that will bring me, or I will accumulate $1 million, and then that will be, and the life is gone. Boom. When you accumulate. This is all a fake dream. And men think, oh, he's evolved from the donkey, monkey, and that, and is somebody. But it's actually not evolution, it is devolution in the reality. Because, I mean, imagine this little dog is enjoying satsang without the words, without the words, without the no knowledge. Even the beautiful tree express and gives, and in the little tree is the little seed, everything is already manifest, unmanifest, whether you know it or you do not know it, the life is flowing effortlessly. It is flowing. Flowing means it does not stop. It cannot stop. Like, for example, the moon, sun, the planets, all the everything is happening. With the happening means doing without the effort, automatic. Otherwise you need a machine. But it appear as human thinking things separate and think I am the doer. Of course, you are can drive, appears you have to drive from one to other place, but it's not the subtle thing means are happening. And you want to understand and figure out, but the bigger things are happening without knowing. Enlightenment or all those words are they no such thing. Uh, Man is very, very clever. It invent the words, different words, but the words are also blessing, but words can also put you to sleep, and words can also confuse you and live your life to hell. And the words, words are the can be very poisonous because this division of languages and division of these pictures and images, they cannot affect you as long as you know the reality of things. Reality of things means that they, like you have a car. Car is only a toy and a tool to move you. That's all. But there are people who think they are extended personality. Oh, the car I drive, the car I have. They start investing so much. And then we get totally messed up because the real life is infinite, unbounded, natural. And we sell ourselves so cheap. So this material life and consumerization is consume you eat you alive. Eat you alive means in the sense that it's actually can't you eat you alive? It's alive your name and form because it does not it continues. One bubble goes back again in the end, and then another bubble. It is automatic. It is, is the life. That's why they call it the God. Generative, operative, destructive appears as you are dissolving in death, but there is no one who is dying. It is like again and again is a dance of the wholeness, of the oneness. You're not a separate individual, appear as separate individual, but your individual is indivisible. Indivisible. Once you, for example, the charm of materialization, the car, house, and job, these things, this is engraved in the mind, but that is not the life. These things are, but we are sitting here, and there is lot more, lot more. There is sunlight, the beautiful life, but the worried mind, anxietyful mind get totally consumed by that. So what that mean? That means that that blissful life is sold very cheap or totally lost. But it is, I'm not saying right and wrong, because right and wrong means trying to point out, but it's not right and wrong, it's all already perfectly perfect, because there is nothing outside from God, by God, of God. There's nothing, right or wrong, but a new way of living. It's a awesome means that how so many, how thousands, how millions people get befooled by the past and future. That is the thinking, the memory. So uh, dumb. Then what is life? Is you feel the life when you go vertical. You go to somebody invite you Hawaii. Your mind, this linear, stops and it is more vertical. You're just blown away. Means mind is blown away. So all you actually, if somebody can, a new kind of X-ray can show how the thinking works. That's all you are, a capsule. Not the whole world. No, nothing. Just that little capsule, thinking capsule. Then what are those enlightened people who have rejected the world? They don't have the capsule. They've crushed the capsule. Crush the capsule mean of the capsule of the time. They are in the different dimension. Everything remains the same. Everything the same. Only thing is that they're like a child of 5 year old is no more time capsule. And we are trying to point that yes, it is possible to live in the world but not of it, and that is the easiest and natural. Not division, not the preacher. Oh, this is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong. None of that. I'm not a preacher or teacher or anything. That's why I was trying that you speak up, you do talk. You say talk. No, uh, don't put in the separate guru or chela or student or none of those. Is oneness. And here now, if you miss it, you miss it. You, so what do you have to say?
Hmm. Well, I would like to say I'd rather listen than talk. And I don't know if anybody's listening. I think they would rather listen to somebody who knows more than somebody who knows
No,
less.
it's not in actually knowing. Because what happened is that's what he have been doing the mistake that reading books or tapes, that is the old norm. Old norm means that one figure. No, it is about the life itself.
Mhm.
I cannot breathe for you,
Mhm.
no matter how friendly I wish I have, but it is nothing. Nobody can give and take, and nobody can make you understand because one sees that what life I've been caught up in, and anything. Imagine we are talking of human mind, we are talking of global mind, collective mind. Like, for example, let's say America and Africa. America, they think, oh, the life different and they're more evolved or civilized. It's full of shit. Observe Beverly Hills. I think in Africa they have heavenly hills. They can be walk with their animals. They can talk with their animals. They are more alive and vibrant. They don't have the problem of the fat weight loss and stress loss and all that.
Yeah, depression and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
none of those things are there. But nobody is there to show them and to tell them, hey, come on, it is just only in the mind. In the in the in the magazine, you can take photo. It's all just comparison. It's just the egoistic stupidity. That's what is happening. Virtual reality is the poisonous injection because people start bending that mind in comparison. That is that is only a strategy, a technique of selling. For example, one kind of bathroom, one kind of cars you are to sell. You are to compare. Oh, that is that third world or that, and our cars can be more automatic. You don't need to change the gear. That's just only just very good technique for selling. But selling is the market world. That's all. You are not the product. Your life is totally different than consumerization, eating and get lost in the toys. Now it is so miserable life because I see young people, young actresses, they hardly survive and they become somebody, actress in one movie too. By that time they are already old and they are competed and rooted out. So what is happening? The egoistic life is a shadowy life, a world of ideas, not of the reality. So we are living in virtual reality. So the words and language can compare if he's a big attorney and a big clever person. He can say, "Oh, African life is lot better than American." So that is how this compare. That's just only false, fake, because you are comparing two shadows. Both are fake. So this so-called anything, that's what the holy scriptures of the even the Jewish religion, the holy script, they indicate that anything man does, human thinking does, is always evil in the nature because it divides. Evil in the sense the illimited, ignorant, and whatever it creates, there is no creation. Only God is the creation. But man, whatever does, man means the thinking mind, cannot think of the sacred. What is sacred? Sacred, oh, already is. It cannot become or past. It or you cannot add on the godliness and oneness. You cannot do a thing. You can just simply float. Absolute include the relative reality. Absolute, the cipher, the zero, you cannot add on and divide or nothing. Nothingness is emptiness and fullness. But when you say the word emptiness, people get scared. They don't know that when you are in emptiness, you are fully fullness. So they think, oh, I would rather like the pleasure and happiness, not the emptiness, but they do not know that the emptiness, the fullness, is completely blown away your all the pleasure and why? Because pleasure is the other name of the pain that only appear as yo-yo. So that get entangled in the objective world, objects. But the joy does not come from the objects. It already irrespective of the object. So man has invented lot of tools and objects and buildings and all those things. But in the ancient times, people will do fasting, observation, and that's why they say what is sacred. Sacred is already is. Nobody, even the man can do tricks and befool the world, in the material world, but cannot befool oneself. So the cheater or the killer, cheater and kill will himself first and then others. For example, the money or bankers or killers or controller and controllers is just fake, because any controller or suppose if they are billionaires and they think, oh, 1% control the 90, it's all fake, because by the time they are controlling, they already wasted life, because the killer or controller get controlled first. Means what? First means that they have already wasted life. So the life is so mystery, such a mysterious thing, that you can enjoy the greatest pleasure only in the blade of grass. The extraordinary you are seeking is hidden in the ordinary, irrespective of the things, wants, desires, all those things. For example, you say you want to listen, but listen is just a listening. Is one capable to really listen? Because how do we listen? By the mind we have. Mind is in the past. Like suppose some people are watching there and they think, who is this guy with the hat? With their own, they only thinking, yeah, good, bad, right, wrong. They're not really listening, because they are not ready for that real.
But they try. I mean, they try. Like kids in a classroom, when you first put kids in a classroom, they're not fully listening to the teacher. Takes time to be able to focus.
It happens. That's what I'm saying.
But so you're listening to wisdom, and yeah, your mind wanders, and then you say, okay, mind, come back. Really stay open and listen. Every time. That's what happens to me. I think that's what happens to people. You can either let your mind wander or bring it back to focus if you want to absorb it.
See, the material world is like flowery words, lecture and courses are made with $1,000 entrance and 5,000 with the 1 level, 2 level, 3 level. They definitely listen.
Yeah.
Why they listen? Because they want to capture something. Here it is opposite world. Satsang means there is no one there. There is no teacher and student. There is no one there. There is no past, no future. It is here now. It is the golden opportunity to observe, which is not observable, which is not from the mind and of the mind. Is there such a moment? And most of the people are in that rat race. Good, bad, right, wrong, earning. What do I get? What do I get? What do I get? They're already lost. Nobody will go anywhere because of something. And what do I get? What will I get? Already rotten, already miserable, and go somewhere to get something.
Mhm.
But here is the chance opportunity that getting me, the ME is also a fake. It is self centered illusion that you are me, name and form. That itself is the prime illusion. So it is questioning what is this ME, me. This is not normally I'm talking, mindful energy. Why we are pointing towards is mindless energy because 80 or 90 year we spend time, we remember, or when 5 year, 10 year, golden period, golden time. Although after 50, 60, they say golden year, but that is just only
Only if your health is good, I think.
health is that area already worried and already slowly decaying,
Yeah.
slowly dying. And death is the greatest celebration, much greater than the birth. But they don't know because they're afraid. They have wrong images, they have fake images. When you are naked with the truth, what is the truth? Truth is we are talking here, and is more, is also sunlight, sovereign. It is sovereign, is the blissful self. So we don't know the totality of the things. I'm not saying wrong with the material, I'm not saying wrong with the computer, or all those things can still remain, but they lose their hold on you. They lose their grip on you, like it happened in the relationship. People get consumed by the child or husband, wife, and slowly they think that is their world. Those things are there, can be there, but still you are not more, you are more than the more. Why? Because any material objects don't satisfy, it want more and more. What is that wanting more and more? Infinite, unbounded consciousness. Unless you, uh, like the bubble, is not satisfied, is hot air, unless it get again in the river. And it loses its identity but gains the bigger identity. The same way, the thinking is never at rest unless it become the soulful thinking. Then, then living in the world but not of it. What that mean? Reflect, not the rose flower, but the lotus flower goes closer to it. That the lotus, the mud means changing world, and beyond the world. That means all appear things, objects, they are coming from nothingness. no thingness. But people get afraid of no thingness because if we put a colorful word, super thingness, then they like. So, therefore, Sadguru Ramana Maharishi ki jai. He could not speak because different mind make different interpretation. They hear their own head. They do not hear the great, great master within themselves. Because the cloud of the mind is so heavy. And in their own life, 5-year-old, they were totally bubbly. Means the life will be a float, will be flowing, not struggling, not swimming, not struggling, automatic, automatic. So, how you can become 5-year-old now?
So it maybe is, instead of trying to become that, just let it,
Let it, yeah, let it.
let
it
everything
happen.
fall aside.
Yeah, and seeing through our complex mentality of grabbing and trying control,
And achieve and
achieve, yeah. Because you are then again in the time capsule.
yeah, so it's a paradox then.
Yeah,
It's
it
the
is.
opposite of rising, it's just actually somehow
Yeah.
melting back.
That's
Settling
what
back.
the Torah and all the receiving, not getting or achieving, receiving. What is the other than the, not the Kabbalah, not the Torah, but the other, there is another one, which is the,
Yeah, all the books, those,
yeah,
I should know this.
yeah,
The
the,
main one is the Torah, and then there's the many books that the rabbis study.
yeah, but the, that one was that you don't own anything, you don't want to own anything, because that catches you. Catches you mean capture you, and you are lost. So you keep on moving, and that was the same as the Brahmanas in the East. They will not stay at one place, they will go where the water is flowing and keep on moving, because the Mother Nature, that was the example. Mother Nature is not taking but giving. Mother Nature is the example of giving. There is actually the word not giving or taking, because it is oneness. It's no separation, it's no control, it's not. So the human being actually, why they put the word evil? Because the living example of owning, drawing lines, controlling my country, your country, all that ignorant. Because if you watch the trees, and there is no my country, thy country, and all those things, because those are the root cause, and people get lost into these hypnotism of politicians, preachers, and parents, and they go into that hole, and the life goes very, very quick. So it's a bigger dream. Although dream of 80 year goes like equal to 8 hours, because they do not know. Many of the people don't have opportunity to have satsang, because they are already caught up and chained in their own old traditional thinking. They have children, grandchildren, and then the great children cake party, and that's all. Slowly gone and reborn and reborn. Some of the Brahmanas' children were sent to create the world, and they did not. They remain. They remained 5 year old. They did not want to grow. Just 5 year, and they had all the powers already. So, although their parents said, but they remained 5 year old. They did not want anything. Those were five, and that's how some unknown entity gave me the 5 year old. Then I said, my God, they are the ones who are talking. Because there is no such thing. It looks like becoming is something becoming, but being include all that becoming, because all that becoming already included in that. In the very sound sleep, where there is no desire and desirelessness, neither, then you are totally different dimension, total different way of living. This so-called uh, timeless reflection, sex, orgasm, money, honey, all that momentary, 1 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute, all that is not there, because the 5 year old does not need those things, because it's already, instead of running after orgasm, they are orgasmic living, blissful living. But why man has made a attraction, or because bored, bombarded, miserable life, then it look like. A 5 year old need any drink or bar, none of those. So those are the creation of the man. Pleasure is a reflection, but they don't know that it turned into pain. That's a yo-yo. Pleasure, pain, loss and gain, name and fame are all the same. Same means oneness, wholeness, not the two, not exploiting anyone, not exploiting anybody, because the other one is me. The other is me. Me is other, is oneness, wholeness, already, now and here, now. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om.